Alright, it's January 3rd. Outside air temperature is about 45 degrees. The last several nights it's been down into the 20s at night. So hopefully the bees have been clustering in the brood chamber here. But it's time for what I call the spring Varroa Mite treatment with ApiVar. I'll be putting some ApiVar strips in the hives here. So the goal here is to see where the cluster of the bees are. Right now I see a cluster here, but that's just on the top. I'm going to take a look underneath here and see. The reason why I'm doing this a week or two early is I'm going to be out of town the next 2 weeks and cannot provide the ApiVar treatment when I really want to. The treatment itself is a 42-day treatment, a 6-week treatment. And they say you're not supposed to put your honey supers on until 2 weeks after you remove the ApiVar strips. So if I wait till I get back, then it's going to be April before I can put the strips on, or the honey supers on. It is 45 degrees outside, and I don't want to. I should have had this ready already. I don't want to expose these bees for very long. We can see that their cluster is right there. It's about a 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 frame cluster. So that calls for 1 strip, and that's what I will put on here. Got these rubber gloves on because they're just not safe. They say you're not supposed to touch this stuff. There's a little hole in here in these strips. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to just work my way down into here. This is the depth. These strips are for deeps, and I'm using mediums. They're getting kind of aggravated with this. I was hoping, well, we need to cover them back up. They're getting too excited. Line this up. They still have plenty of sugar here. I'm not going to add any more sugar. Put my shim on here that I have a vent on the end. There, do you see that vent? To help minimize the moisture buildup during the winter. There we go. That's all there was to treating this hive. Here we see a good cluster here. A little bit of a cluster here. There's still plenty of sugar here. We're going to leave that like it is. We're going to take these shims off and then check and most likely put the ApiVar in the second box here. We'll take a look and see where they're at. Again, I do want to move rather quickly just because it is 45 degrees out here. Down a little bit. real quickly. Another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is about 7. Probably really ought to put this on two hives here, or put two frame. I'll put 2 strips in here. Put this strip right in here. And what we'll do is we'll check this in a month, and if the cluster has moved, then we'll move the strip where the cluster is. The whole time the goal is not to break up the cluster. This looks like a very healthy hive here.